How to simulate a power cut in public Zeus. Step 1. Go to Eden Editor and place down an invisible helipad and name it epoc. Step 2. Go to the video description and copy the use code line 1 and paste it into the init box of the helipad you named epoc. Part 1 of the code uses the allMissionObjects function, which returns an array of all objects of a given type that are currently present in the mission. In this case, we are selecting the objects within the type lamp and will be storing the objects within the variable object list. Part 2 of the code uses the nearestObjects function, which returns a list of nearest objects of a given type to the given position or object within a proximity distance. In this case, the given object we'll be using is the helipad, which is identified with the name epoc. The types list is provided by the array we named object list, and finally the proximity distance is set to 200 meters. This list of objects is then saved in an array called object list 1. Part 3 of the code uses a forEach command, which repeats a given set of code by a number of items inside a provided array. In this case, the array from the previous line of code. The forEach command will then cycle through each item in the object list 1 array and use a remoteExec line, which will execute the switchLight function. This is achieved by identifying the lamp by its position in the object list 1 array and then using the parameter off. In summation, this line will go through each lamp stored in the object list 1 array and individually turn off each one. Since it's using a remoteExec line, the result should now be visible for all players. The final line of code then deletes the invisible helipad by using the deleteVehicle command and the variable name of the helipad. I would caution you on how far you set the effect radius, as the larger it is, the more remoteExec command will be executed, and it could trigger the server's restrictions and have you temporarily kicked from the server. Step 3. Save the helipad as a custom composition, then go back into the helipad's init box and delete the code. Then go to the video description and copy the use code line 2, then paste the code into the helipad's init box. The code is exactly the same as the previous segment of code, only this time it turns all of the lamps on. Save the helipad as a custom composition with a different name and leave Eden Editor. Step 4. Go onto an official Bohemia public Zeus server with either the name EU0A, 0B, 0C or 0D. Go to the compositions and empty subcategory and select the saved custom composition and left click anywhere or press Alt and left click. And that's how you simulate a power cut in public Zeus. Goodbye.